final segment, but I did want to bring up the Austin police chief. The legislature passed a law. They can take blood without warrants now. What you would do as governor?
Interpose. Fight against that kind of bad legislation, veto the legislation, work with the legislature to get that corrected, and in the meantime interpose where we could, work with the Texas Attorney General to stop that kind of behavior. We cannot violate those inherent constitutional rights that people have.
What about the director of DPS that's going off these federal reports saying Ron Paul supporters are terrorists, in the Fed people are terrorists, gun owners are terrorists, and that Homeland Security is really for veterans?
We've got a big problem in Texas. We've got a lot of work to do to re-educate. I've seen some activity.
We got Soviet brainwashing in the state police.
We do. And I've seen some activity at the grassroots level. People are doing some innovative things. I think it goes back to the county sheriff. We've got to work with county sheriffs to make sure that they understand their constitutional duty to protect the citizens of their county using the U.S. Constitution and the state Constitution. Re-educate all of ourselves as to the proper role of a constitutional republic. Grassroots activists can help with that. Get in there, talk to your county sheriff, help them understand, maybe share Sheriff Mac's book with your county sheriff. Get that dialogue going. Let's put county sheriffs back in charge of law enforcement and not have either a federal military police state or a state police.
And by the way, the Viper teams nationwide are now setting up checkpoints on bridges, checkpoints out in the countryside, border checkpoints 100 miles in. I mean, they admit they want to put metal detectors in malls. They want to turn all of the U.S. into a giant prison. They want parents to have a license to have children. That's being discussed by the bureaucrats. I mean, the government is run by a bunch of control freaks. Let's go to some phone calls. Ronnie in Texas, you're on the air with... Yeah, you can go ahead and put your headphones on. Ronnie in Texas, you're on the air with Debra Medina, Republican candidate in the primary, neck and neck in many polls with the other establishment candidates. Go ahead, Ronnie.
Debra Medina, your idea about with no property taxes on a real estate market statewide will explode. And, of course, you're right about county sheriffs. They're heralded in our sacred Constitution. But here's a slogan idea suggestion for soon-to-be Governor Debra Medina's campaign, and that is OBGYN Dr. Ron Paul's preferred candidate. And she's, of course, you are not a Bilderberg or stooge. But just yesterday I found my misplaced Debra Medina campaign sign. I just happened to have left it behind somewhere. And thank you for giving true conservatives. I wanted to thank you for giving us a strong voice for patriots to win back the governorship of this.
Absolutely. I'm going to move on to questions, Ronnie. Thank you. Yes, Ron Paul has endorsed her. CW in Texas. You're on the air, CW.
I tell y'all what, I'm grinning ear to ear listening to y'all. This is a breath of fresh air that not only myself, but we've been waiting for. And, ma'am, you will be the next governor of Texas.
I believe that. Thank you.
One suggestion, a way that we can restore the water to Central Texas and create jobs here in Texas would be to strategically build some desalinization plants along the coast, pipe inward to the recharge zones.
Yeah, that's another issue. They're taking all the Central Texas aquifer water, we can't even have lakes anymore, and giving it to the rice farmers. And I'm not against the rice farmers, but this is this resource battle. The rice production uses hundreds of times the water what the average person does. What would you do about that?
We've got water rights issues all over the state of Texas. We've got to get back to limited government at the local level to the degree possible. We need to explore those desalinization opportunities. I know that's been talked about some. We have to be careful that we don't create, in our knee-jerk reaction to get a quick fix to these things, look at the long term. You know, we see a lot of similar discussion, I think, on energy policy. Which is your preferred source of energy? Let's let the market figure that out. The market is the best indicator, right, picking and choosing winners and losers.
I'm going to skip this final break for the Genesis Network. It is a network break, so stations will be fine with that. Let's go ahead and take a call from Joe in Texas. Joe, you're on the air. Go ahead.
Hey, Alex. A long-time listener of your show. Bought a lot of your DVDs. And I also have supported the Debra Medina campaign. My question is, what can we do in our local communities to help out with the campaign?
I've been saying to folks, be sure and answer your phone. Poll numbers seem to be real important to people, and that's the way polls get taken, is on phone calls. So don't screen your calls. Take those polls to phone calls. Let them know that you're favoring Debra Medina. All you can do to get us on talk radio and in the media will help with that name identification. I'm going to be out there. I want you to take courage from that. I'm working 7 days a week, 14, 16, sometimes 18-hour days. I'm going to continue to do that every day. Someone told me today that I'd been analogized to a mudder, that horse that runs inside the track or next to the rail in the mud, getting it done, and I'm going to be working hard to do that. I appreciate Texans all over the state stepping up and joining ranks with us.
Well, we need a call to action here. We need people to get campaign signs. We need people to donate money so you can get those going. You have campaign signs. You have bumper stickers. What can people do now to support you and make sure, and again, other libertarian, patriot-minded candidates for governor, for state legislature, for Senate, all over the country? We've got to take our local states back. That's the biggest solution. People want a solution. That's it. And regardless, running, win, lose, or draw, we educate people. What do you need my listeners to do?
We need contributions today. We really need contributions today. And every $20, $50, $75, $100 contribution helps. You know, I'm not asking for the $10, $12, $14 million that Kay and Rick have, but we need money to run an effective campaign. If we want to win this thing, it means put your money where your mouth is. Get out there and work hard. We need all the boots on the ground that we can get. We need dollars coming in. We are not going to stockpile that money. We're going to use it to win this race.
And do you need coordinators in all 250 plus counties?
We've got volunteer coordinators in a lot of counties. We are running with a few state regional coordinators. Those are campaign staff level folks. We need a couple of more regional coordinators. We need to hire a couple more regional coordinators. We've got to have the money to do that. And then our regional coordinators are the go-to person for those.
What about Texas businesses that aren't globalist? You know, they've got to believe that that they can support an alternative great candidate instead of going with one of the establishment prostitutes.
We can take endorsements from businesses. We can't take contributions from businesses. No,
but I meant the individuals.
That's right. Individuals can help us. We need all that kind of help. We need help getting around the state. We need help with travel expenses. We need help with staff. We need endorsements and support. This is a little bit like a venture capital venture right now. It's high risk for people. And I think when I was told at that Manufacturers Association today that people are scared, that ought to be the biggest indictment against the current leadership.
The only risk is not resisting. The only risk is not getting involved and not standing up and going, oh, I got to go for one of the two big people, so I'll feel like I'm a winner. When you're going to get more of the same fake conservatism, pro-New World Order crap. People have got to support you. You are excellent right down the line.
Well, there's a fear by business that if they support this outside candidate, that they will feel the wrath of their government.
But see, that's special interest.
That's right.
See, that's tyranny. Oh, you're saying they're scared of being cracked down on if they don't pay the protection money.
That's right. And this is a free country. What happened to the free country? When your business lives in fear of the government, we've lost the republic.
Well, that shows how many cowardly men and women we've got owning these businesses, that I'm afraid the government will get me or they'll crack down on me if I don't pay protection money, to where you got to pay the mafia to leave you alone, when you're saying you'll get rid of the mafia.
We've got a problem in Texas. We've got a problem all across the country. I say often, we call ourselves the land of the free, and we're not, and the home of the brave. It is going to take courage to bring us to, again, that place that our founders envisioned for us, a free constitutional republic. Texas has got to exhibit that courage. The whole country is looking to us for that leadership and courage. I'm proud to be out in front championing as your candidate that battle, and I need your support.
877 we Texans 87. In fact, we'll zoom in on this card. Debra Medina for Texas governor.